Hi everybody, I am Robert Spina. It is the holiday season, it's that time of the year again, so I have been very busy at work. Didn't even get to pick up a guitar at all this week. That usually happens about this time of the year. But on a high note, I did get my third custom made guitar, my third Kiesel. So I wanted to take a minute and show off my guitars, and the third one that I got, my Black Limba 7-string custom Kiesel. We'll get to that in a minute, but I wanted to kind of go in depth and show you what I did with these guitars. I've been playing for a long time, and I custom made these, and I just wanted to go over the 3 guitars that I got because they are just absolutely beautiful. I love beautiful things. I love high quality things, and I am just so proud to have these guitars. And I've played with the Koa 7-string and the Walnut 7-string for about a month now, and they're just absolutely fantastic. So I just want to go over what I did with them. Like with my Koa, we'll start with the top. I went with black hardware on this one, so I got the black tuning keys, the black nut, the black truss rod cover, my drop shadow Kiesel logo. I went with gold medium jumbo frets on this. There's 24 frets. This is an Aries, called an Aries through the body. It's all one piece, neck through the body. Now I'm not exactly sure how they build these guitars, you know what I mean, how they put them together. It's Koa wood, but the neck is actually maple. I have Koa over the headstock, so Koa is what you see, but the back here is all maple, and it looks like the maple goes all the way through, so I don't know if they kind of glue the Koa wood on there or do they paste the sides. I have no idea, but it is solid. It's beautiful. It's got good weight to it. It's just great. And just the grain of this wood is beautiful. It's got a satin matte finish, and you don't realize how important that is. If you play a lot, you take for granted when you start to play, your arm rubs against the guitar right here, and it starts to become very annoying pretty quickly. Once it starts, it just gets worse and worse. The finish they put on these is fantastic. I actually have a tongue oil finish on the neck on this one. I can't really feel the difference between them, but it's just, you know, all 3 of these guitars, they just have good weight. They're nice and smooth. They feel beautiful. All 3 of them, I went with the through the neck body style. All 3 of them have 24 medium jumbo frets. Like I said, I went with the gold hardware on this one. I went with gold frets on this one. Now with this guitar, when I was making this guitar, I knew when I was putting this together, you can see I went with the white inlay, the crescent offset white inlay. When I was looking at this guitar and putting it together, I was thinking, boy, I should go with the black. I got the black hardware, I should go with the black. And I knew, I'm thinking, man, you know, because I was going back and forth between the white and the black. The black would just fit and feel right, but the white just popped. You know what I mean? It just popped, and it's beautiful. And I knew when I was, when I got it, no matter what I did, I would wish I had done the other. But I went with the white on this, and I'm, you know, I knew once I got it and started playing, I would have wished I had the black, but the white looks great. It just pops. It's beautiful. It's awesome. What I did with on all 3 of these guitars is I went with a 20-inch fretboard radius. From the nut to here is 20 inches. From the nut to the base of the bridge is 27 inches, which is as long as you could go. Now in theory, the longer the strings are, the better they stay in tune, in theory. And I gotta tell you, I've got no complaints at all, because for the month I've been playing this and my Walnut, boy, you know, you play hard, the next day you come back, just a little, little touch to the tuning keys, and it's right in tune. So I've got no complaints about that. I do like the fact with Floyd Rose tremolo systems, this is the hip shop. With Floyd Rose, they got the lock and locks up here. I'm so glad I don't have to mess with that anymore, because it's just time to lock those down and unlock them all the time. I like that they're just straight up, and these guitars with the hip shot, the string goes in the back You don't have to cut the ball off the end. It just comes around and goes straight up. I like that. Now with the hip shot tremolo system, the whammy bar, as you can see, just slides in. Now this is the only drawback to these guitars. These whammy bars, as you just saw, they just fall out. I've had them fall out on me when I'm playing. That is very kind of annoying. And I'm really surprised they haven't put like a screw on there or something to keep them from falling out, because as a matter of fact, in one of the videos where I'm playing, I didn't show it. I cut that part out of the video, but when I was playing, it fell out on me. So one of my views, I'm not sure which one it is. If you see in the beginning, the whammy's here, and then, you know, halfway through the song, the whammy's out there because it's at my feet. So that is a little annoying. Other than that, though, it's great. It's the, you know, the black hip shot tremolo on this. I went with the same style pickups. I can't remember what they're called. It's not really that important, but I went with, you know, this style pickup on all three of the guitars. This is a tamarind wood knobs, or these are called, something like that. Black hardware again. Now, the back cover isn't on this. With this guitar, the back cover has kind of a slit right here, so you can slide the strings through and up to here. Now, I did switch these guitars from, I think they probably came with 9s on them. I switched them all to 10, so I had to reset up. I had to set it all up, the claw and everything. Now, when I got my Walnut guitar, I think they might have been a little faux pas with that, because the back cover on this one had a slit, so you could put the strings through, but the Walnut one was just a solid cover. I can't imagine they did that on purpose, because you have to take that off every time you change the strings. So, I mean, I just took the covers off because I was, you know, I changed the strings. I had to reset it all up. I had to reset the claw and everything. But these guitars are just beautiful. I don't know if I missed anything on this, but I'm gonna go talk about the Walnut really quick. Okay, this is my Walnut 7-string guitar. Again, this has a satin matte finish. I believe all of this is satin matte. The back, I took, again, this one had the cover that's just solid. I took that all off, and I put 10 strings on this as well. And I gotta tell you, out of all the guitars I've ever owned, I think this is the most beautiful guitar I've ever owned. Maybe one of the most beautiful guitars I've ever seen. I mean, just look at the color of this and the grain of the wood. It's just absolutely gorgeous. Look at this royal ebony fretboard, just amazing. With this guitar, it's got the brown, you know, chocolatey color. I went with gold hardware on this one, black nut. I honestly can't remember what that's called. The style of tremolo cover, I went with this. Got my logo. I went with the walnut overlay over the maple neck. Again, it's got a maple neck. This body is all walnut. Gold hardware all the way through. I went with the cream color pickups. Now these pickups are actually the same as what's on my Koa and my Black Limba. The pickups are all the same, but I went with a little different style with them. You can change the colors of them, and my Black Limba, as you'll see, has covers over them. Again, I've got the hip shot tremolo. I went with the gold on this one. This one's got gold medium frets, just like the Koa. 24 frets, again 20-inch radius, black nut, 27-inch length, and a royal ebony fretboard. On my Koa, it's a roasted maple fretboard. But I've played this and the other one for about a month now, and they just sound great. They stay in tune great. They're just amazing guitars. And this is one of the most beautiful guitars I have ever owned in my life. Just super high quality guitars. I'm loving these. Now for the main event, let's check out my new Black Limba. Oh my God. Oh man. Look at this guitar. Isn't this guitar beautiful? This is Black Limba wood. It is just again, a stunningly beautiful guitar. just solid. On this one, I went with silver hardware. I went with the covers over my pickups, which is a different look, which is kind of neat. I went with silver medium jumbo frets on this. Again, 20-inch radius, 27-inch length. This one has a maple fretboard. And if you look real close, you can see the grain of the wood in that fretboard. Just beautiful, just awesome. Awesome, awesome. Again, this guitar has a satin matte finish, silver hardware, got my Kiesel logo, my silver tuning keys. Went with the, I can't remember if I went with the cream color truss rod cover. I can't remember if this is called a cream nut or just a white nut up there. I haven't taken the back cover off. You can see the slit I was talking about where you put the strings through on this one. I'm probably gonna put 11s on this because I've never tried 11 strings. I'm gonna try them out and see what happens. But boy, this guitar is just beautiful. And that's what I was talking about on my Walnut guitar. It's just a solid cover. So if it's on there, it has to come off to change the strings. But I haven't actually played this one in a song yet. I have, you know, strummed some chords and played, you know, ripped on it a little bit, but I haven't actually used it in a video yet. But oh my God, I now have a trio of absolutely stunningly beautiful guitars. They sound great, they're amazing, and I keep trying to get better and better at my recording and my mixing and my singing, and you know, it's just fun trying to do the best you can. And you know, it's just great to have to deal with life and then, you know, to be able to come home and have something to fall back onto, you know. I mean, it's so great. So thank you for sharing a little time with me. I'm gonna go put together some cool stuff, and happy holidays, everybody. We'll catch you next time.